Okay, so today I'm going to make a Canadian torch. I guess it's also called a Swedish torch. And we're going to take this log first thing and quarter it. I'm just going to use a hatchet. This is really dry wood, so it'll be pretty easy. We're just going to put it into quarters. You could also use an axe. There we go. There's a half. And we'll just quarter this thing. These are a little longer logs than I would like, but it's what we have to work with. I'll try and get on a crack here with the hatchet. That's a tough one for dry wood. There she goes. Okay, I'm not going to quite go all the way through on that one. So it's quartered, but it's not quite all the way through. I kind of like that. And then, same with this one. This one has a knot in it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Very nice. I'm going to take my trusty camping saw right here. Folds up nice, it's easy to carry. And about 3/4 of the way down on this thing, move this over so you can see. About 3/4 of the way down, I'm going to make a notch. I have a tendency to make too big of a fire hole, so I'll try not to cut too much this time. Then we're just going to shave off that little bit on top there. You could, of course, just hit it with a axe or whatever, but I like to be safe. Looks like about right. This will make the tunnel going down. We put all the wood back together. And then now we need the air hole. It's gonna go this way. There it is. So there you can see the top hole. And then we need to make an air hole in there somewhere too. Probably same thing again. I'm just going to use my saw to make a notch in here. That'll go through. And I'm going to go about half. So this is not even a true chisel. It's actually a putty knife. Easily works. There. Okay. There we go. Chop this out with the axe. Could have just done the whole thing with the axe. I think the saw makes it a little easier. See how that looks. Let's see if I remember how the forks go back together. This one was here. Yep, like that. My air hole one, I think it was here. Yeah, so that looks like to me enough of an air hole. Yep, it's going all the way into the tunnel. Cool. So that part is done. It's in the most level surface. Put it on the ground. Then we're just going to wire it together. Probably should have gathered everything up before I started the video. That would have been good. I already measured my wire and everything. If you're out in the wild and you don't have any wire, well, you could just put big rocks around the log and hold it together that way, or dig a hole to put it in. A lot of different ways of doing the same thing. I'm going to go around the base first because that's where I want it the tightest. As I was saying, I like to use a stick and try and stick it in the wire and just twist it. You can get it really tight doing that. There she goes. Got a little higher than I wanted it. That's okay. There, you can hear it really tightening up. There you go. There we go. That tightened up by hand. Okay, there it is. So I got a pretty good air hole with this crack right here. Pretty good air hole. We got this air hole. There'll be a little air that comes in here. If you don't want to do the air hole, another way to do it is just to put these splinters in between and hold the cracks open. I found it burns faster that way, and I want this one to be a slow smolder. So again, I got my top hole where I'll start the fire, and then the air hole down here about halfway. This hole goes about 3/4 the way to the length of the log, and yeah, I should do it. Should burn for hours. So yeah, that is my Canadian torch or Swedish torch, whatever you want to call it. I'll gather up the small stuff to actually start the fire with, and it should burn for hours. Just a nice little hot flame coming out of the hole. All right, thanks for watching.